What's going on, YouTube? I just wanted to make a video because I wanted to talk about something that I find to be very interesting, and that is how you can start a portfolio with absolutely nothing. And what I mean by that is there are various accounts, such as Robinhood, Webull, and First Trade, where you can get free stocks just for signing up and submitting a deposit, which you can then take back and get shares of stock for free, which is a huge shift from just 5 to 10 years ago, where you had to pay $5 to make a trade and $5 to sell in just commissions. But now you can get that same $10, open up a portfolio, and because of fractional investing, you can have a diversified portfolio with money that you used to have to pay in commissions. So I wanted to talk about that. I also wanted to show how you can use Excel to do research on the free stock that you get, so you can get a better idea of what you're holding. Um, so also as a note, if you want the free stock, you have to use a referral link. These are going to be in the description. So please check out these referral links. Webull has even changed their promotion. When I signed up, we only got 1 share. Now you get 2 shares. And so let's get into it. So shares that I got was SIRI, ERIC, and ET. So one of the great things with Excel is that you can actually type in the tickers right here and change data type to pull in information much easier. And what we mean by that is you can highlight the tickers. So Shift Control down arrow, go over to the data tab, and towards the middle, right under the data tab, there is data types, and you can just click stocks. So after you click that, as you can see, there's a little building to the left right here, and we're going to do Shift Control down arrow to highlight this again, Alt H O I, and that was just to fit the column into the name much better. So and now we can use this to pull in basic stock data. So Shift Control down arrow, and we do this by clicking this little icon right here. So after you click that, you can, for example, pull in the PE ratio, and you can pull in the market cap. Looking for the And also as a note, the reason why this is field is because there's not going to be information available for every single stock in every single field. So that just means that the field just means that information is available. And you can also even pull in the last trade price. I know this is live prices, so this changes as the stock changes. So for example, as the stock price changes, the PE ratio is going to change as well, and this is going to change the metrics of your portfolio. You can even pull in the 52-week high and low, for example, and just, as you can see, there's quite a bit of different pieces of information that you can pull in very, very easily. Even information such as the number of employees that they have, you can pull in a description of the company and what they do, and a lot more. But the point is that by using the stock data type, you can pull in information that is you can pull in information about the stock very easily without having to do individual Google searches. So now we can also use Excel to make a basic pie chart portfolio of your holdings. So we can do this by going over to the price, just control down arrow, and insert. And you can click on one of these icons right here. So you can click on recommended charts, for example, and then click pie chart. There are also other stock options, other options as well. But for this example, we're going to use a pie chart, but with different formats. So we're going to go to all charts, pie, and then this one right here, just because I think this one looks kind of cool. Also, as a note, as you can see, this is 1, 2, 3 as the labels as opposed to the names of the stock. To change this, you click on the chart, go to this little filter icon right here, and then in the bottom corner, you're going to click select data. And you're going to keep this the same, and on the right section, it's going to say horizontal category axis labels. You're going to click the edit button. And for the axis label range, you're just going to highlight the cells that you want the labels to be. So which are these right here. And okay, then okay. And now as you can see, we have a little pie chart with the portfolio. that changes as data changes, and you can even add various pieces of information such as data labels. So you can even see what the stock's trading at. And one great thing about this too, you can even click on the different labels and move them out to make it to where you can see the information easier. You can even edit them like you would text. So you highlight home 12, for example, just make it easier to see. And you can even get a piece, pull it out, and now you can see it's broken apart. Just as a kind of a couple neat tricks with pie charts and charts in general in Excel. And this is very useful because now if its stock price jumps up, you can see, okay, how does this impact my portfolio? And it gives a visual representation of what your portfolio actually looks like. It's not very much here because only 3, but it's interesting though. And as a note too, by doing this, so this is 14 KR. That's about $13 right now. So this is roughly about it's worth about $25 in free stock roughly. This is also traded on the Nasdaq. It's originated in a different country, but it's traded on the Nasdaq. So as you're gonna see in a second. So we can control page down to get to the next sheet. Because another great thing that you can do is you can graph the history of the price of the stocks. So here we have the price history of these 3 different stocks in a total column, and this information was downloaded from Yahoo Finance. And this is great because you can see how has the stock performed over time. So as you can see, Sirius XM a year ago was $7.20. Unfortunately, it's gone down in price. Now it's at $6.06. But information like that is good to know. And please note this doesn't account for dividend reinvestment. So, for example, Sirius XM pays 1 point something cents in dividend every quarter. And this doesn't account for that, which is very important part of your return. But just for example, you can highlight this. So Shift, right arrow, then Control, then down arrow, and then you can go to Insert, Line Chart, and 2D Line Chart, Control X, up arrow, right arrows. And here you can see a history of the stock. And now to change the label, it's a bit different than what we showed earlier because each line is a different series. So to do this, you can just click on the chart filters, and then you can do select data and edit them individually like so. But please note that you could also highlighted this differently and avoided the need to rename them by just making sure that when you initially highlighted them, you included these labels. And we can also see how the portfolio as a whole would have performed over the course of a year. So to do that, we can shift control down arrow, press control, right arrow, tab, enter, control X, right arrow, and here you can see how the total portfolio over the course of 1 year would have performed. And changing the labels again one more time. It's a bit of formatting. This is extremely useful as well because these are more than just line charts. These are charts that you can use to pull various pieces of information. So you can, for example, add a legend, or you can add a trend line, so you can see how the stock could potentially perform in the future. You can also edit it to the trend line. There's links in the top. There's going to be a video about trend lines, but you can even edit it to make the trend line much more visible. You can even use this information to make a forecast sheet, which is beyond the scope of this video, but it's going to be linked as well. But you can make a forecast sheet to even get some sort of rough understanding of what the stock may potentially do in the future. And furthermore, another kind of couple basics of pieces of information that you can look into is a correlation. So you can see how one stock is correlated with another, which is important because if one stock moves in one direction, if one stock goes down, then your portfolio is only going to go down so much because other stocks are not perfectly correlated to your. So the correlation is that's the reason why they say don't put your eggs in one basket. That's why people say to diversify, because if all your eggs are in one basket and the stock goes down, then your whole entire portfolio is going to go down. But if stocks are not perfectly correlated with one another, if, for example, if energy transfer went down 20% today, it didn't, but hypothetically, if it did, these other stocks are not correlated with it, so they wouldn't be impacted as much by the same event. So to get an idea of that, you can use the Corel function, Corel, tab, energy transfer, and then 0.6M, for example. As you can see, 0.62 is the correlation of the two stocks. You can also get an idea of the risk by looking at the standard deviation, SETEV, then tab, and you can just highlight the information. And here you have the standard deviation of energy transfer. So just a couple things that you can look at in regards to the risk. There was fairly basic piece of information, but they're easy to grab and very, very useful. So with that being said, so if you're interested, please feel free to check out the referral links in the description. You have to have a referral link if you want to get the free stocks for signing up. And I hope that this will help you do kind of some basic research into free stocks that you may get or into just stocks you have in general. Please subscribe. Any support is extremely helpful. Like and let me know what I can improve on. And if you have any suggestions, thank you so much. Have a good day.